Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing today? This is Dawn from Scrapbook Sage, and welcome to my channel. Hey, it looks like there's been a lot of people who've been subscribing. I really appreciate that. I hope you guys have been having a good time organizing your office. Do you guys listen to music? Do you guys watch a show when you organize? Do you just like it quiet? I sort of went down a squirrel today where we were talking about when you sort things and organize things in a different way, and then you get distracted. So I did get distracted, but it was a good thing. I had a project that I had wanted to start on last year around this time and hadn't gotten to it. It was my grandmother's quilt. It needed to be, what's the word, deconstructed. And so I did that. And as a result, I made this journal out of that process. So, but it was a big quilt. So I went through and did several journals, covers using, just cut it down into squares or rectangles and covered different things to get it good to go. So this is what I worked on this week. And let's see. So what I usually do is I take my cardboard and cut it down to 9x8 into pieces like this so that later I can sew on the spine depending on what size I want the spine to be. And so I will have a journal that looks like this essentially, and then I can cover it with upholstery fabric or wallpaper. I wanted to cover these with my grandmother's upholstery fabric, or not upholstery fabric, the batting from the journal. Gosh, it's dark. Let me see if I can get you guys a little bit lighter. Sorry about that. With the batting from her quilt. So I just went through my stash of cardboard. I was able to fit my cardboard stash into one of my little paper slots and my mail sorter back behind me. So I went through and spent a couple days this week doing that. And then the scraps that were left over, I took the envelopes and just sewed them onto the envelopes. And I wanted to see how that would work out, and I made this journal. So I just put those away really quick. So instead of working on my pink journal or my purple journal or on Dear Julie Julie's journal, I ended up doing that this week. So that was my squirrel for the week. I don't know if you guys do that too. But I also had a handful of signatures that needed to be bound. I did a video and I ended up having some, I'm not very good at editing videos yet. I haven't figured that out. I know I need to do that. But I will do a flip through of this and a couple other journals that I did bind this week. So this one turned out to be really cute. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to go through and put stencils and stamping in it. I think I can. I don't have to. But this was the one that was my grandmother's one. I just put some buttons and beads on it today. And you can tell it's a little bit wonky because it had those different textures of that batting on the inside. But this is a wallpaper here. And I took one of my larger pieces of upholstery fabric because sometimes they're not quite 12 inches long, and I cut them in half, and then I took another one that was longer and cut that in half and just attached them together, and that seems to have worked out really well. So, and then I had this cute journal that I had constructed. I had to put the signature together earlier, and I just haven't gotten a signature on it. So it seemed to go really well with this theme, with the, just crafting and family. And it has botanical items in it as well. I did some, what is this called? Franken pages with fabric instead of with pages. So that is fun. And then you see me just taking the scraps that I have and putting them on different things. This was one of those journals that pretty much what's on my desk. Let's see what I can make out of it to some degree. But I went through, so this was probably more of like, if we're talking about fall themes, or if we're talking about themes, most of the ephemera here was probably in fall. I may have had a piece sitting around because I was cutting up ephemera. That may have gone with it because it sort of had some spring colors in it. So I was able to go back and forth because it's botanical. But children and family was sort of the theme. So that would have been a fall theme for me. Although there are pieces in here that may look more, that could be spring-like. It's just the ephemera that either got moved forward or it seemed to fit the bill just fine. This, I probably was inspired by Lindsay's digital called Outside Grandma's Window. So even though this is mom, I remember playing, you know, wrapping yarn with my grandma like this. So that's sort of where the grandma theme has come in this month. And so it was a lot of fun just pulling the pieces together for here. I got a bird book earlier towards the end of last year, and so it's fun to get those pages in there. Lindsay has some great images, and some of these were free as well from one of the, I don't remember who it was. So this is also one of Lindsay's and Orr's digitals. I can't remember, antique lace or something like that. You'll find a lot of her products in here. So I'm just sort of going through it and trimming back all the pieces. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. So there's plenty of writing space in here and some fun places to tuck things. And I think it just came out really, really sweet. Okay, and then here is another one that I did. I went ahead and, oh, so this is Dear Julie's, this is from her party. So I may have done a quick flip through before it was all put together, but I'll do the, I had talked about working on it and I had maybe the signature together. So I need to go through and definitely do some stamping or stenciling on this one, but I'll do a quick flip through. Just showing you some of the projects that were done. So I've been having a good time. My office was really organized and then it wasn't. Yeah, so I still need to do some embellishment, like put some corners and a couple more embellishments and stuff on here, but it's coming together pretty good. I think I just grabbed what I had in my fall ephemera kit, and I haven't created any ephemera from this, but I was able to go through my fall kit, and that's what I've been able to find so far that worked for that. So if you want to see, you know, maybe how that process, you might not get all the ephemera you want for a project, but you can get close. And then here's the other kit from the VIP party that I had this fabric here in my selection, and I just pulled it in. I was inspired by the paper and went through everything that I had. It sort of reminded me of daisies as well, so I picked out my yellow things and daisies. I was able to go to, you could check these out online. I'm on Scrapbook Sage on Etsy if you want. I have some books. They're like 200 pages each that have these just great old ephemera, like 1940s from the war and just after the war. And it just, they're really cool. So they don't have a front cover when I got them, but it's just still 200 pieces of like old ephemera. It's fun. So I've got a handful of books of those in there. So yeah, I do need to go through here and stamp and stencil and maybe add some more things. But these were the things that I found. Again, it was more of my spring things. I knew I had just recently cut some mushrooms. I go through too quick. I know you guys might want to look through things. And this is, I have a postcard collection on Scrapbook Sage on Etsy, and that's where that one is from. And I love these pages from the wallpaper books. That works well. This is Lindsay's Daisy collection. So that's that journal. And then, so I told you I had, so I have these two journals. I did the first one that I showed you, and it was a little bit wonky because I used the file folder with the batting. This has the batting as well, which is nice because it sort of covers up the blue Pepsi cardboard, right? And so I had this journal, these two signatures, they were put together. I had to add a few pages, I think, to one of them, but it seemed to go really well in this cover. So again, it's sort of bird and child themed, a little bit of just beautiful things, really playful. So even though it looks like it could be fall on the outside, it can go fall or spring, just with the way it is. Again, I was inspired by that. This digital kit. Now this is really fun. What I did is I took pages from a garden book, and they're glossy, and I cut it down and I printed Lindsay's kit on it. And so this would normally be white behind it, but then it has that texture, you know, it's sort of that glossy texture. And I love the way that turned out. I'm looking forward to printing more things on that. And I think that's a good way to use up those books. So I like the idea of, like, when you're making ephemera, you might have a kit that you're working off of and you don't use everything. And then it goes into that spring, you know, goes into my spring or summer box. And then when I go to look at things, I'm able to find a variety, and it's a little bit more eclectic. It's not just like, oh, you can tell that all these are from one kit. It's nice that how everything sort of still can go together, because it was sort of themed on those fall colors, or, you know, that's what I'm thinking. And fall and spring, you know, they're the, so so fall and spring, I'm getting confused about colors with retail and colors for like beauty stuff. So anyways, I'm a spring, but I love fall colors. So so I just went off down the rabbit hole on that one, talking about a squirrel. So for me, though, a lot of the spring, the colors that I like the pinks and stuff, I like them, those same colors in fall, but just with warmer hues. So when I have vintage books, my spring and fall may go together a little bit more, because I tend to gravitate towards those colors when I craft. So I did a fall kit with, this is from my fall kit, with the pinks and the yellows. This is from my fall kit. So my springs will, some of my spring journals will can have fall stuff in it, because I do like the fall hues of pinks and greens and stuff a lot. And my glue went to town here. That's all I have to say. This is Julie's kit. This is a freebie from somebody, and I loved using that. This is one of my, so that kit that I was talking about, my fall kit, I think it's called Forest River Revelry. And a lot of the pictures were from my sister took some pictures, and it's in there. So this got a little rip on it. Oh, that's where the glue came from. Okay, so I'll have to put something there. But anyways, that is that journal there. So those are 4 of the journals I've worked on. I've got one more I need to bind. And I wanted to show you some other things that I was able to do this week as well. It was a lot of fun. So in addition to that bag of batting that I had a bag similar to, let me see. So I had a bag about this size full of upholstery fabric that I've used from last year. And I wanted to make sure I made some ephemera from it. I'm trying to work down those bags into usable ephemera. So this is what I have done so far. I'm really excited. So the last couple days I've been backing them and sewing them and just seeing what pieces coordinate with each other. So I had a really good time making these. And I will put them all in the bag. So what I did is I took the fabric, and I may have found paper that coordinated with it. So this was a piece of fabric that was there. I just put it on a smaller piece of coffee dyed paper. I thought that'd be cute. I didn't want to lose it. I thought the way it was. And then I grabbed some blue paper, and I took the colors that I thought coordinated. They were from different kits, but they all sort of coordinated well. And I just played with them. I made stamps out of them. And then this morning I went through my little ephemera thing to see if I had any words or things that I thought would coordinate. And this is what I came up with. And I thought they all came out really, really cute. So a friend of mine gave me those little kitty cats. They're like Post-it notes. And they got worked into a couple of these projects, which turned out to be really cute. So got a belly band here with a little kitty cat. And I had an extra little bag there. Sewed a little, that fabric was there, and I just sort of built up a little pocket. Grabbed some cardstock and put on the peach fabrics. This was a postcard that I had worked on earlier, and I've been hoping to get it worked into something, and I haven't yet, and it just seemed to work really well. I added that and that to it. It was a collage piece project that I did probably in November. So again, that was sitting in the falls, and I knew it could either go in fall or spring. So I saw it as I was grabbing, oh, what will go with this? So I love that all this works together. And what I'm hoping is, as I'm coordinating my wallpaper and upholstery fabric and making those into little kits, that you guys will see how these can coordinate with those kits as well. So this was fun. This is from Amore Fabriques. This is from Dear Julie. This is a piece of a cutoff from a Joann's collection. I believe this is Lindsay's, and then that's another piece. So that was a lot of fun. Some of these I backed. Some of them didn't need it. So then I went through and picked out my flowers and butterflies. Oh, this might need to be, it's okay. This was fun. So I was playing in December, just drawing flowers and stuff myself. So it's fun to put my own flower on there. I've got another one there. So I want to practice doing that a little bit more. And then here's a flip, a fabric flip. That actually got glued down, so it will be a pocket. So I thought those were cute. And then I was able to use a day timer for a lot of these. So, okay, I'm aging myself. This is starting to be vintage paper. If it's not 20 years yet, it's really close because I got at least this paper when it's one of my first collections. I think I had one at least when I went close to 20 years ago. So that's fun. This is newer. It's from a map set that's probably I got 4 or 5 years ago. But this is Lindsay's and Orr's. This is an older piece of paper. I have a stamp there that says love. And then this is just a really cool day timer paper. And we all like the extra circles and stuff. It gives you the lines. It's a pocket here. A double pocket here. This has the dates and lines on there. This is one long pocket, but I glued those two together. It's a different day timer. And this is just a backed image. Here is some wallpaper that I had put on some coffee dyed paper. A piece of coffee dyed paper here. And scrapbook page. And this is an image probably from Lindsay's and Orr. That turned into a little pocketbook there. I think those are adorable. And then I actually love this aesthetic. It is like traditional design, but it's sort of like a library. It sort of reminds me of what you would have in a library. It'd be great for a Father's Day journal or a Father's journal. So it has these old journals, which are really cool. And this is a picture of a camera. This is my digital kit. I think it's in my Go West kits. This was a magazine page, and I just put some washi tape on that. This was a collage page as well as this one. I love these old lamps, but they're new now, right? And again, here's some of that fabric from Amour Fabriques. And then this is a rock collection. And I thought this was cool. It's a piece of twine around a spool there. And here's some more lights that have sort of come back to popularity, but are still give you that retro look. So I'll just put this here. And then some of these are sitting in my spring collection. I thought I would collect what worked. So I made these, some of these in the fall, I think. Oh, this goes in here. So so today I just added like this tab onto that, and then I took one of the flowers I made and I added that to there. I pulled this, I added this to the bottom and put the thank you card in there. This was already good to go. I put the label on there and that. So I just was able to freshen up those pieces and felt like they were more ready to, more usable. And then I had cut some ephemera a couple weeks ago, and I had a pad of red upholstery fabric, a few sheets, little sheets of those. So I probably need to back these. We'll see. If I use them in a journal, then I'm not too worried about it. If I put them in the shop, I probably will back a couple of those. So this is a little pocket here. So these pieces of fabric were sitting near my desk, and I just grabbed what was in my spring collection and was able to pull these together pretty quick, and I thought they turned out to be really beautiful. So it's amazing what a bold color of fabric can do to make things just look so pretty. So I got those available. So that is what my squirrel was this week. So my big plans to finish my Dear Julie journal, and I have a purple journal I want to finish for somebody, and probably a couple pink journals. That's good. I also have a blue journal that I need to bind, and a couple other small journals that I have put together this week too, the journal covers. I just haven't gotten the signatures put together. And I have a whole box of signatures that I still need to make covers for. So my goal this month is to finish up all my outstanding projects and hopefully not start any new ones, so that my office area will be much more streamlined, and either things will be in my shop or sent to the person that I can sign things with. I'm also making journals for people who have been trafficked. I'm going to be sending some journals to a group that I know of who will be appreciating that. And that is where I'm at for today. I've had a lot of fun this week. Been working really hard this week, but I love how everything has come together so readily. So don't give up on getting organized, because being organized will help you definitely be more productive. So I hope you enjoyed this journal. I will see you guys next time. Hopefully maybe Monday, my BF and I are going to Michael's, so that will be fun. And then so hopefully Tuesday or Wednesday I'll get a chance to do another video. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.